Hi guys, Skypoint here. In this video, I want to run you through my deck for the latest warlord available in the store today, Kyriss the Perverse from the new faction, the Demons of the Ruinstorm. Now for those of you who missed my stream this morning, I had bought the pre-constructed Kyriss deck from the store, which was pretty bad, but then I started working on filling out the gaps. I don't have many cards for the Demons of the Ruinstorm. I just got the handful of cards which came in the pre-made deck, and that deck is terrible, by the way. It's all common and green cards and just a single orange or epic card, no legendaries. I also played a 10-ticket event run, which got me a couple more cards, but then I really managed to work on building a Kyriss deck where I filled in the gaps in my Demons of the Ruinstorm collection with legendary cards from the Chaos collection. Of course, with the restriction on the Demons of the Ruinstorm, I cannot use Imperial Army or Mechanicum cards. Alright, so let's start running through my deck over here. As I said, because I don't have the legendary cards, or even frankly most of the epic cards for the Demons faction, I started with picking out cards from Chaos. So for Kyriss, who has only 30 health, first of all, Ekra was very important. Every little bit of healing helps, so Ekra is a good add here. Next up, I needed some good heavy-hitting legendary cards. So in order of importance, we have Slayer of Worlds, which is great. We have Rhea the Seducer, which is a very, very powerful card. And lastly, we have Tilath, who is an okay card, but your enemy always fears what on earth he's going to be creating, and so we throw him in as well. Next up, the problem we have is all of these powerful Chaos Demons come with maintenance. Oh, actually, the other Chaos Demon we included was Beast of Fire, which is powerful as well. But all of these Chaos cards, except for Ekra have a maintenance penalty. So what we're going to do to try and offset that is include as many cards as possible, which will generate mutations. And mutations, of course, reduce the maintenance of demons by 1. So we have the very obvious Mutate. We put both of those in the deck. We have Plague Bearer. So Plague Bearer will create a Mutate card every time an enemy dies. And then we have, where's it gone here? Yeah, Herald of Slaanesh can be used to give mutation to a friendly troop. To try to keep some of our cards like Herald of Slaanesh and Plague Bearer alive, we also have Plague Ridden. So when I lose a demon, I get another copy of it back. Alright, with that, let's just run through the rest of the cards from cheapest to most expensive and explain their role. Plague Toad. Oh my god, this card is so good! Yeah, Plague Toad is actually there to just give you a line presence through the match. Path of Blood is very important. Oh, I forgot to talk about this one. This is one of those cards which helps you with mutations, and it's great. It goes on any of the demons in this deck, and there's a lot of demons in here. I love Path of Blood. It's such a flexible card. Unrestricted Frenzy. So once your demons have mutations, or if you just get enough demons out there, you can make them way more irritating with Unrestricted Frenzy. Hellspawn. I'm still not convinced about Hellspawn. I've used it occasionally. As I get more Demons of the Ruinstorm cards, I think Hellspawn is going to come out of this deck. The Fallen is my basic frontline unit, so handy a guy over there. Eternal Rivalry is used in a pinch to try and give my warlord a little bit of extra damage. We have Poxbringer, which is there for healing. We have Tide of Madness. Now, Tides of Madness works with so many of my demons. The best combo, which I've only pulled off once, is you drop a Slayer of Worlds, and if you have enough energy, you can immediately play Tides of Madness. And what's better than one Slayer? 2 Slayers. Talked about Herald of Slaanesh already. We've got Demon Brutes, which is just flexible with their mutation ability. You can often get something for whatever situation you need. Vanguard of Hell is there just to quickly give you a line presence when you need it. Warmonger of Khorne is a defensive frontline unit, which will hopefully buff your other guys. Fracture of Time is the emergency get out of jail card. Try and bounce everything back to hand. Seekers of Slaanesh is a very handy demon troop. So I want to actually keep a second copy of them in here. I have 2 copies of the card. I'm just trying to make up my mind still about whether I really need 2 of them. Harriers of Cygnus Prime is a good front line. And then lastly, I talk through the Chaos Demons. And you can see here, the way the curve is structured is pretty good. I'm missing 2 energy cost cards, but I compensate for that by playing a 1 energy cost and using Kyriss' active ability, which costs 1 energy as well. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and take a look at some of my top matches on the ladder with this. I really enjoyed this match against Horace Looper Cal. Everything actually went perfectly for me. I started off with the exact right hand of cards. Great turn 1 presence, double Plague Toad, followed by Ekra in turn 2. So let's go ahead with this. We're going to throw out both the Plague Toads, let him enjoy that. And then that's it. You don't want to be too aggressive against Horus because the Vengeful Spirit will kill you. So he straight away went on Toad control, trying to cut down the number of Toads I had there. He didn't want to face 4 Toads in the next turn. Next up, I just dropped my Ekra, and I just left it at that. I didn't want to make it easy for him to kill Toads. Yep, so he's continuing with just working through those. Alright, next up. My Toad copied itself, so now what I did was I attacked with the 1 Toad. Then I attacked with my Warlord, which created a Warp Rift for me. Used 3 points to drop the Fallen, and then I could use Ekra to heal back up to my original health. So now I've got a much stronger presence on the board than he does. This is going really well. So he continues to try and work through my forces. He wasn't able to kill the Warp Rift, which actually cut down the cost of the 2 demons in my hand, which was useful, but unfortunately not enough to allow me to play anything. So this time I did attack him, because I knew I could use Ekra just to heal back up again. So far I've taken 0 damage, he's taken 6 points. It's going well. Okay, so killing Joker Company will be a bit tricky. Now I lost my Ekra, but what I did get to draw was Hellspawn. I've got plenty of demons here, so let's drop Hellspawn on one of my Plague Toads. That gives them enough damage that I can use my Warlord to finish off the enemy and create another Warp Rift. And once more, I didn't attack with my Plague Toad. I'm trying my best to get as many Plague Toads as I can onto the board. Okay, so that Warp Rift now activates and my cards get cheaper. So this was it. I wanted to actually try to bait out his outflank early. Pick Miasma of, what's it called? Miasma as my mutation? Miasma of Rot, yes. Just try to make sure I had his guys under control, his board presence wiped out. And now, until he gets an outflank, he is incredibly vulnerable to me. So he's trying to take Rhea down as quickly as he can. Attacks Rhea once. He brings out another troop and hits Rhea again. Alright, so I've got a Beast of Fire available. It's getting heavily discounted there. This time I use Unrestricted Frenzy to give all my troops a massive buff, and I just go after him. There we go. Big damage. And with my Warlord, I just hit his guy. Actually, wait, I destroy my one of my Warp Rifts in order to play the Beast of Fire. And that's it. Fresh Warp Rift over there.
Witness the ecstasy of death.
So this Horus is getting completely outmatched by Kyriss over here. Now he finally managed to pull out an outflank, so he uses that to take out Rhea. But it's still too late for him. Here's another Hellspawn now. So Here we go. Look at all that ticking away. I hit him with all of my available toads, so that's 6 points of damage coming from the toads. I can then hit him with my warlord for 2 more points of damage, and lastly, I can give the Hellspawn buff to my Beast of Freya, which then just means that I can finish him off. There we go. Done. Alright, so that was the first match against Horus. Let's keep going on with this. This second match surprised me. When I was facing Liman Russ, I assumed I would automatically be losing against him. Let's see what happened. Not a bad set of cards to start with. I would have liked a Plague Toad. So what I just did was use my active ability to hit him once. Looks like he didn't have much in his hand either. He played Abandoned Supplies, which buys me a bit of time, but it means something nasty is coming later. So, next up, I just dropped the Fallen over here to try to stop him from hitting me again. But it didn't work. He pulled out a Wolf Claw and decided just to clear the board over there. He felt comfortable enough, I think, with his health lead over me. He still has 6 points more health than I do. Alright, so I decided I needed some healing, so I dropped Ekra Trez now and used my active ability there. So he's got a 5-point health lead, down from 10 originally. Stalk the Stars draws a card for him. He decided to do not much else. He still felt pretty good, and quite rightly so. He's in a good position. Okay, next, let's bring out the Plague Bearer. And I use my Ekra Trez ability to just heal myself up. So now it's starting to get a bit more risky for him. We have about the same amount of health. He's trying to clear out the board now, which is a good move. Unfortunately, his Satellite Strike didn't do too good. He still hasn't played any troops. Drop a Demon Brutes, pick my ability. I went with Stupefying Musk, so they get Survivor. And lastly, finish healing myself up. And now I'm actually ahead on health. Still not attacking him because I felt like I needed to preserve my health. Uh-oh, so here we go. So he wasted his drop pod ability on this guy. He's just focusing on trying to keep the board clear here. Not a bad move. Alright, so next up I kill his one troop by using my active ability and bring in Tilath, who generates, oh nice, Apotheosis for me. He responds with Ragnarok, which wipes out Tilath. I don't mind that because it meant I didn't have to pay any maintenance the next turn. So I can bring in these Heralds with a front line, and behind the front line I can drop the Plague Toad, because that's going to generate a Plague Toad that the Seekers of Slaanesh can kill next turn. And it's a good thing I did that, because I definitely needed this. Watch what happens. So, extra Plague Toad, drop the Seekers of Slaanesh, kill the originals, kill the copy of the Plague Toad, destroy his front line, destroy his Berserk troop, and then after that, let's buff all my demons. It's only a +1 buff on them all, but when he has nothing on the board, that worked out nicely. He comes back with 2 flanking troops. So he uses those to actually take out my Khorne Demon. What was its ability there? 1 damage to a random enemy. Okay. Both those points of damage went on his Warlord. And he got rid of my Toads. He did not like the Toads. But at this point, it was game over for him. I had my 7 damage coming from my Slaanesh Demons, and the Apotheosis that Tilath created gave me 3 attack. Eternal Rivalry would have also given me 3 attacks. I actually had a couple ways of winning that one there. So that was Kyriss taking down Liman Russ, and we have one more match to watch over here. The third Primarch we're facing is Singuinis now. So this time, I actually was okay with my opening hand. I have Slayer of Worlds and I have Tides of Madness. So my game plan, ideally, is to get the cost of Slayer of Worlds down cheap enough that I can play it and Tides of Madness in the same turn. Let's go.
If there must be a sacrifice.
Alright, so I just went and used my little ping on Singuinis. By the way, I don't know if you saw the little chat line. I liked it. It was straight out of the book between them. Alright, so still I'm not getting... not able to put down good cards, but neither does he. Oh, never mind. There we go. So I am going to play the Beast of Fire on now because I want to try and make sure that his guy gets killed attacking the beast. I could have done it with Poxbringer, but he might have been tempted to not attack with Poxbringer. Oh no. Oh, okay, now he can use the other two guys to hit the beast and saves his Space Marine to hit me. Ouch. Alright, big hit incoming. Look at that. I'm down 11 points of health. He's down only 8. Alright, but what I can do now is use my active ability. Well, let's bring in Poxbringer and use my active ability to kill the last Space Marine. Okay, things are back to being a bit better now. I've got some healing on the way at the beginning of next turn. And I've got plenty of units to play as well. Ugh, Ekra Trez. Alright, so he's going to be healing away as well. Let's go ahead and drop Herald of Slaanesh and a Plague Toad. And that's it. I'm not going to be too aggressive here. Oh, Darius Rhino. Oh, he's trying to generate lots of units which will die to allow his Reckoning to trigger. Oh no, that's not good. That Ekra Trez dying is helping him out there. And he's healing up, trying to make sure he's in as good a position as possible for his Reckoning. Okay, I'm getting close to being able to play my Slayer of Worlds though. Let's drop this Plague Ridden. So that in case one of my toads dies, they can just bounce right back. And I'm giving my toad a mutation. And there's my toad bouncing back. Alright, what's he doing now? So technically, I need 3 more units to die, and then I can play Slayer of Worlds and Tides of Madness at once. Okay, and bye-bye to my Plague Ridden. Okay, that's it. I can do it next turn. He's got lots of units there, though. Oh no. Oh no, I don't have enough room to play a copy of Slayer of Worlds. And there's no way any of my units can die in time. So let me just give him a mutation, a frontline mutation. Oh, that did not work out for me. I have no space to play a copy of the Slayer, and now because of his maintenance costs, it's going to be hard to play Tides of Madness next turn. My toads were too successful. Bane of Demons, he's going ahead and stunning that, so I can't even do anything with it this turn, and I'm paying 7 points of maintenance. Oh, that's not fun at all. Okay, he's trying to kill that Slayer of Worlds at least. Okay, what are we going to do here? Let's go ahead and try and clear up some room anyway on the board. I'm giving it... Ah, perfect. I can give it Brass Collar, so you can no longer hit it with targeted abilities. So let's just try and soften up Singuinis so that the Slayer of Worlds can just kill him next turn. I think the only thing which would save him is a front line, but with only 2 cards to choose from, remember the third is his Reckoning. Oh no, he does have a front line, but it's a weak, soft front line unit. Yeah, this won't be a problem for me. I can actually use Eternal Rivalry to just clear it all off with my own Warlord. Let's do that. Play Eternal Rivalry. And that's going to allow me to just clear out his 2 front line troops with Kyriss himself. And then I can... Yeah, he quit. He realized what was about to happen. Alright, so I hope that gave you a little bit of a sense of how you can build a Kyriss deck, even if you don't have all of the Demons of the Ruinstorm cards. Just play the event run, or if you really want, buy some crates until you get enough cards to come up with like the core of a deck. Use your legendaries cards from the Chaos base set in order to flesh out your collection. And then over time, as you get more and more demon cards, you can include them back into here. Overall, my verdict on Kyriss is he is fun. With only 30 health, I don't think he's ever going to be a very top meta warlord. I think you're going to struggle to play him well beyond 3000 ranking. But lower down on the warlord, I think he's lower down on the ladder, he'll absolutely work well. Don't worry if you don't have too many demons of the Ruinstorm cards, because they have quite a fair bit of synergy with the Chaos demon set as well. So go ahead, try him out, and let me know what you think. Alright, until I meet you on the battlefield, bye for now, guys.